Okay, go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Prashant Javkar from NRV Marathi Mandal, and today we have a special guest from India, who's very famous in the musical field in Hindustani music, and he is none other than Anand Bhate, also known as Anand Gandharva. He is on currently with tour on a US tour. He's already been to Boston, Chicago, and now is in Detroit, Michigan. And then they are going to tour 4 or 5 other states in the U.S., including Lexington, Texas, Atlanta, and in a state in California, in a city in California. Anand, welcome to Ann Arbor and Detroit, Michigan, and we appreciate the time you have given us, and it's a great pleasure to talk to you. So I'm going to start with a question saying basically. Can you tell us a little bit about how and where your musical journey started?
Hello. Actually we had this background of music and especially Natya Sangeet in our family. My great grandfather was known as Bhate Bua, and he was a vocalist, and he also used to perform in what is called as music plays, or which is similar to musical theater. And so we had this background and liking for Natya Geet and of especially Balgandharva. So when my parents knew that I have a little bit inclination in music, they encouraged me, and I learned initially from Chandrasekhar Deshpande. And after learning Natya Sangeet, I started performing in various concerts as a child artist, and also performed in Akhil Bharatiya Natya Parishad's concert and various concerts on All India Radio and TV. So that's how it started actually, and there at that time people then started calling me Anand Gandharva, because I used to sing songs of the great Balgandharva. So that's how it started.
Great. Now, when you performed a lot when you were young, as you said, you started very young, and then there seemed to be a gap in your musical career for a few years, and then you restarted your career again recently or a few years ago. Can you tell us something about how that transition happened?
After giving various performances in childhood, for a few years I concentrated on my academic career. I did a BE and MTech in computer science, and I'm also an IT professional, and I work with Zensar Technologies. So in that context, I was actually out of the country for around 1.5 years. So that's why there was a gap in the performances. Of course, my riyaz or practice was always going on, so that didn't stop at any point of time. But yes, there was a gap in the performances as such. And then I also started learning classical from Pandit Yashwanbua Marathe first. And since 1988 now, I am learning classical music from Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, which is a great privilege for me and a dream come true. So due to this academics as well as practicing of classical music and trying to learn as much as I can from Panditji. So that was a period when my performances stopped a little bit. So from last few years now I have started giving performances as well.
Well, great. I think that's a good thing you did, because we are all enjoying the performances and the concerts you have. Now, my next question is, when you were young, like you said, you were mainly focusing on the Bal Gandharva type of music, Natya Sangeet. And after you started training under Bhimsen Joshi, the style obviously changed. How did that, was that very difficult, or was it easy for you, and how did you manage the change of style?
As far as classical music is concerned, as I said, I learned from Pandit Yashwanbua Marathe first, the basics of classical. So he wasn't from a particular gharana as such. So of course I used to listen to Panditji from since the childhood. So I was sure that is the kind of music I want to go to, the Kirana gharana. So when I started going to Panditji, I didn't have to unlearn anything, because my earlier learning in classical wasn't tuned to any particular gharana as such. So from classical music perspective, the only gharana I have learned is the Kirana gharana. As far as Natya Geet and classical goes, I think one thing is they are two different streams in music, and so they are not conflicting as such. Also, Pandit Bhimsen Ji himself has a respect for Balgandharva, and he terms as one like his guru. Yeah. So from that angle, Panditji himself, if you listen to Panditji's abhangas or Natya Geet, so there is some familiarity with the Balgandharva style of gayaki. So when I started learning from Pandit Bhimsen Ji, I actually learned Balgandharva gayaki also from a different perspective. So from that angle, the two of them gel together quite well.
That's great. Now, I've got a quick question about, there are a lot of different gharanas in Hindustani music, and for the benefit of all the listeners and the viewers, can you tell us a little bit about the Kirana gharana and how, what are its, maybe one unique thing about it, and some big names in Kirana gharana? Obviously, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi himself. But,
Kirana gharana, of course, started from Ustad Abdul Karim Khan Sahib, and Savai Gandhar was his disciple, and Pandit Bhimsen Ji, as well as Pandit Firoz Dasturji and Gangubai Hangal, etc. So these are notable names in Kirana gharana. So one of the specialities of Kirana gharana, I would say, is the purity of sur, and also the emotion in the music. So when you are performing, there should be the emotion of the rag, or the emotion of the bandish or abhanga. So that should reach the hearts of the audience. So that is, I think, the essence of one of the main characteristics of Kirana.
Great. Now, one interesting question about your personal life. You have a family, you have a job, and as you said, you're an IT professional, and you're also very accomplished in music. How do you manage? How do you balance your work and your love for music?
From academics angle, I like computers, I like IT, information technology as well, and music is of course my passion. So right now I'm balancing both the streams in parallel. Of course, I also have a lot of support from my company, which is Sensar Technologies. So that also helps me in pursuing the music career. Yep. So it's a little bit of balancing act, as you are saying, but then I'm trying to do it as much as I can.
I guess when you have the love for music, I think it comes natural, and it's really appreciative that you can balance both the things. Now, one last question for the viewers is, now that you have in this musical journey, you've achieved so much, and obviously you have a very bright future in front of you. What are some of the goals that you have in mind for yourself in the music arena?
Music is a kind of field which is endless, really. So you never can say that I have learnt enough. Even the great musicians always say that they have something to learn in. So my attempt would be to try and learn as many things as possible, and whatever I have learned, my Guruji Panditji is of course a great man, and whatever I have learned from him, and whatever I learned from listening to others, so my attempt would be to try and present as much as I can in front of the audiences. That's all.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and we all enjoyed. You had 3 concerts in Detroit, Michigan, आणि मी आता मराठीत बोलतो. आम्हाला खरंच खूप आनंद झाला. I attended one of the concerts, and we welcome you. We wish that you come back here every year, and let us have the pleasure of listening to you and your accompanist, Sanjay Karandikar on tabla and Rajiv Paranspi on harmonium, and we enjoyed their performances too. And thank you again for once again for your time, and all the best. And we look forward to hearing a lot about you on the internet and in live performances. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.